Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Nandita Kothari and you're on my channel Nandita Kothari. It has been some time that I have uploaded a video, but I have been busy with my final assignments and everything, so yeah. But anyways, today is 31st of May.
NANI?
So as of 25th of May, you can apply for the undergraduate degree at Sogang online for the fall 2020 semester. So I just thought I should be making a video of how to apply to Sogang for an undergraduate 4-year degree program. Not an exchange program, not a language school program, but a full-blown 4-year undergraduate program. When I was applying for my undergrad, I searched everywhere for help on YouTube, on Google, everywhere of how does the admission process go. But sadly, I couldn't find anything because every admission process video that is there on YouTube is for the Korean language program, which has nothing to do with the undergraduate degree. So I am making this video for other people like me who would want some guidance in applying for their undergrads in South Korea. So anyways, let's get started. In South Korea, from what I've seen, most of the unis, they use this website called Chinhak. They accept online applications via this website. So you don't really apply directly to the school, but you apply through this website. For people who are not in South Korea or who have never applied to any South Korean universities like most of you,
Oh, come on, man.
this system would be unfamiliar. Before going to Chinhak, important thing, you cannot use Chinhak with MacBook. MacBook doesn't work. So anyone who has a MacBook like me, sorry, but you'll have to find some other computer or laptop which has Windows, and you'll have to use Internet Explorer because South Korea for some reason loves Internet Explorer. Before going to Chinhak, you go to Sogang University's admissions website. It's called admissions.sogang.ac.kr, and this is the web page that opens, and you see this part on the right, and the first notice is the 2020 fall undergraduate application for international students. So you click on that and this page opens up. To apply for the admission, you click for online application, and that directs you to the Chinhak website, which is this page shows up, and if you click the English version, it shows you the instructions in English. Now before clicking on complete the application or start the application, you need to create an account. Once you have the account, you can start filling out your form. Now before doing any of that, make sure that you read the online application guide for international students that you can find on the admissions website. This is the admission schedule. Make sure that you look at the date and timings carefully. So it finishes at 6 p.m. on 30th of June. So make sure you submit all your application, online application before that, and submit your physical documents before 1st of July 2020 because they wouldn't accept anything after that. So how it works is you fill out the online application on the Chinhak Apply website, and you pay the application fees, which is 150,000 Korean won. And once you've done that, it will give you all the files that you need to print out to submit to the office of admissions office at Sogang. So it will give you the online application that you filled out, your study plan, and your self introduction and all of that. And it will also give you the letter of consent and all of the other documents that you need to sign and hand it in the original copies. Make sure that you send the online application much before so that you have time to arrange all the documents and prepare all of that. Now you can send the physical documents via post if you're not living in Korea, or if you're in Korea, I would suggest just go personally to the office and submit them like I did, and you can also see the campus in the meantime. So yeah, I went there personally on the last day. I'm not kidding, I went there on the last day because I was waiting for my topic results to come out, which came out 3 days before the deadline of the admissions. So I did everything on the very last moment. I submitted my documents on the last day in the morning. So I mean, I'm here, so I made it. All the documents required are mentioned in this document, so read it very carefully. I mean, I have read it, I think, like 20 times, and every time I read it, something new comes up, so make sure that you read it multiple times. Okay, so one of the basic criteria is that you need topic level 3 Samgap. I personally recommend that you have at least OGUP or UGUP 5 or 6 level of Korean proficiency before applying for admission in any Korean university, not just Sogang but any university. Now my whole major is in English, but we are in Korea. Now most of the students are Koreans, even if the major is in English. Professors sometimes, even if the class is in English, they would do it in Korean. For example, my computing class is supposed to be in English, but the professor, he just mixes up English and Korean a lot. I mean, it's not that he wouldn't help you, he speaks English. It's just that you are in Korea and you will be studying with Korean students. You will have to do a lot of group projects with students. Our discussions are half in Korean and half in English. So if you're in level 3, you wouldn't understand anything. I can tell you 100% guarantee you wouldn't be able to follow what is going on. Samgap is very low level of Korean proficiency in my opinion. You are not just going to listen to classes, you are also going to have club activities, you are going to have extracurricular activities, you are going to have group projects, as I said. You will have all sort of things that you need, for which you need Korean. In my personal opinion, the level 3 that they require for admission, it shouldn't be level 3, it should be at least level 4 or level 5, because level 3 is not enough for foreign students to adjust in the Korean society. Make sure that you know enough Korean to make full use of whatever money you are going to spend. So yeah, this is like all the list of the documents that you need. Now the most important thing here, I think, is the academic transcripts. They need to be apostille. You need to find out if your country falls under the apostille agreement or not. Make sure that you get your transcripts apostilled in time, because it takes time, and if the documents are not in English or Korean, you need to translate them either in English or Korean and get them notarized after they are apostilled. There's a lot of legal processes that you need to do if you're not from an English speaking or a Korean speaking country. Thankfully, since I'm from India, most of my documents were in English. All of my documents were in English, and the transcript in Italy was also in English, so I didn't have to do anything of that. But the apostille document was completely in Italian. I had to get that translated. I took a risk. I did get it translated, but I did not get it notarized because I also had the original apostille document, so in Italian. So I took a risk of not getting it notarized because I had no idea how to get notarized in South Korea. So I was like, I have the original document and I have the translation, so I think it would work, and thankfully it did work. But to be sure, if you have any doubts, write an email to the admissions office and they'll give you a confirmation if it would be okay or not. So if you have completed more than 2 semesters or 1 year from a 4-year university outside or inside Korea, you can apply for the second year transfer student. Or if you have completed more than 4 semesters or 2 years, that is half of your course in a 4-year university, you can apply for the 3rd year admission. If you have studied in a country like Italy, their undergraduate degrees are only 3 years. I wrote a lot of emails to the admissions office to ask how the transfer would work, and they told me that and I had completed 2 years in the Italian university, so I had completed technically more than 50%, but I was still only eligible for the 2nd year transfer student, not the 3rd year. So make sure that you check with the admissions office in which year you can transfer by sending them your transcript from your current university, and they'll help you out. Then you need to submit a document to prove your family relations. For most of the countries, you just need to submit your birth certificate, and you need to submit the original birth certificate, so don't just come with a photocopy and submit that. And again, if it's not in Korean or English, make sure you translate it and notarize it. And the most important, your document of financial proof. Now you need to submit your bank statement account, which has minimum $20,000 USD. and it needs to be the statement needs to be generated before 30 days of your application. So before 30 days, in 30 days that you are going to submit the documents. And then there are the optional documents. Now, if you are someone like me who wants the scholarship, I would suggest to give as many extra documents that you can. These extra documents could be certificate of admission from other universities or score reports from other recognized tests like SATs and all of that, or certificate of other languages, and then documents like awards received in high school, certificates of qualifications, etc, etc. Yeah, any certificates that you have from your high school or anything that would be relevant, submit all of that. All these extra certificates, you don't need to submit the original documents, you just need to submit the photocopies, so don't worry about that. If you really want the scholarship, make sure you have a recommendation letter from your high school teacher or university professor or from your boss or anyone who can write you a good recommendation. And since I worked for like 6-7 months before going to South Korea in India, so I submitted my work certificates, 2 work certificates as well, the original copies. So yeah, I submitted a lot of documents to make sure that I get a scholarship. Make sure that you read all the important notes for the documents and all of that. This is only in case of Sogang. The admission process is based 100% on the documents you submit, so there's no interview or any sort of that thing. You just need to submit all the documents and that's it. Make sure you read all of them, like every line. Don't skip out anything because everything is important. So you need to print out all the documents, write your application number which you'll get after the payment, and your name on every document that you submit on every page. Make sure you have 2 separate folders. Now I'm a very organized person when it comes to documents, so the person who was in charge of collecting the documents, he was very happy because I had already arranged everything. So I had 2 folders, one with the documents that I had to submit and one with the photocopies of all those documents, because they need to check while you're submitting. They will verify if that original document, if that photocopy is actually existing in real life or not. So carry your original documents with you even if you don't need to submit them. So I had this whole folder with systematically ordered documents of all the documents that I had to submit, and I had the original copies of the documents that I was submitting, just in case they need more copies or just in case they need to verify my photocopies. So that is how you need to organize your documents. Make sure you organize and you'll have no problem. I went there and in like 10 minutes I was out. Like it took me only 10 minutes to submit the original documents. When you're in the Chinak apply website, you go to complete application and it asks you, do you wish to apply for 2020 fall intake of Sogang University? You submit Hagi and then you go to complete your application. This is how the starting of the application looks like. So you are on the new admission and then you need to select your department that you're applying. I'll put the link to all the important documents that you would need to know more about the major, to know more about the process, to know more about the college life and all of that in the description box. So and all these documents I've gotten from Sogang University's website. Lot of these documents you need to kind of dig in the website, and they are only there on the Korean version of the website. The English version website doesn't really have anything. You need to dig deep sometimes to find all the important documents, but I did that for you. So you just need to go down in the description box and click on the links and you'll be fine. So after that, you need to select your language proficiency, and then you have all the personal data and you fill all the data. So you don't necessarily need to be in Korea to fill the application. Don't be scared if they ask you for ARC or Korean phone number or Korean address. If you read carefully, they write down if you have a Korean address, you fill in the Korean address. If you don't, then just fill this, and yeah, and then you fill your school information. Now, when you're filling your high school, when you are putting the name of your high school, when you search it, as you can see, it it takes inputs in only in Hangul. But if you click Hewe Khodang Hakyo, which is international high school, overseas high school, it changes to English. And then you can just input your full name of the high school. All the questions, they are mandatory to fill. So even where they say mailing address in Korea, it is mandatory. But if you see carefully, you don't really need to be in Korea for that. You just put the university's address if you don't live in Korea. Just read carefully. All the answers are there. Don't get frazzled by my parents are not in Korea. How do I put the foreign Korean registration number? Just read. Okay. And then you need to upload your passport size photo. You upload a photo, and here you see if I try to submit, it says that it is big in size, so it wouldn't accept. So what you can do is just click on automatic regulation and the computer does it for you. There you go. So your photo is up there. You need to stick the same passport photo on your printed application. So make sure you are using the same photo that you have also in physical copy. And then once you're done, you click on save and complete the self-introduction. Now this is the important part of your application. I wrote down all the 4 answers in a Word file. Make sure you have already written the answers, and then you just need to copy paste. So here also you fill your academic information, and if you are a transfer student, you click here on add and you can add university information as well. And then there are the 4 questions that you need to answer. Now the most important part here is where I kind of made a mistake, was that when I was writing the draft in the Word, now here it says it needs to be maximum 2,000 characters, which seem a lot if you're writing in Korean, because they calculate one character in Korean as, you know, one syllable, which is a combination of consonants and vowels. But in English, every alphabet is one character. So it's not like the maximum limit is 2,000 words, it is 2,000 characters. So technically 2,000 alphabets, that is the maximum that you can use. Now I did not read that carefully, and I wrote all the 4 questions, I wrote them more than 1,500 words. No. Words, not letters, words. So when I was filling out this application, it was literally the second last day of the deadline, and I was there on the computer and I was trying to copy paste and it wasn't working, and I was like, I have to edit all the 4 answers. I have to shorten them out, and I have to edit and scan and remove the parts that I don't need and shorten everything, and it takes time to do that, and I did that, and so I managed to shorten all my answers to be less than 2,000 alphabets. So yeah, make sure they are less than 2,000 characters. So when you're done with filling up all of that stuff, you click on submit. Don't be panicked. If you have made a mistake or anything, you still have chance to modify it. The online application is submitted only when you pay the application fees of 150,000 Korean won. Once you have paid the application fees, you cannot modify it, you cannot cancel it, you cannot get a refund or anything. So make sure that all the information is correct. So once you have paid it, it will actually give you the PDF forms of all the documents. So the online application form, the self-introduction and study plan, the letter of consent, and the checklist on your China Apply profile, and you can download all of that and sign and put your photos and write down your application number and your name and all of that on all the pages. And then you can just go to Sogang University's admissions office and submit the original the hard copies of the documents, or you can send them via post. That is how you apply to undergraduate degree in Sogang University if you're an international student. And I hope this was helpful, because I would have died to have such a video tutorial when I was applying. So I really hope that this helps you in applying as well. So yeah, I hope this video helps you, and I hope you get admission in Sogang. that is it for today, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you have not already done that, and click the like button if this was helpful, and put in the comments if you have any other questions. Check out the description box. I will put all the important documents, links to all the important documents in the description box. And yeah, share the video if you have other friends who are also applying to Sogang and this might be helpful for them. So I'll see you next time, and make sure to subscribe to my channel and not miss out any other videos, and I'll see you next time.